With the new season rapidly approaching, young players around the league are eager to return to the field and prove their talents. Last year, we saw Jonathan Taylor and Deebo Samuel ascend into superstar status, but who'll do it in 2022? Rashod Bateman. When it comes to Rashod Bateman, his breakout is more a necessity than a prediction at this point. If not him, then who? Mark Andrews will still be a focal point of the passing game. Still, the former first-round pick is now Lamar Jackson's #1 receiver after Hollywood Brown was shipped off to the Cardinals. His only competition in the room is Devin Duvernay and James Prochet. While they both can be good young players, they aren't exactly instilling fear in opposing secondaries. So that means Bateman is the clear #2 option in the Ravens passing game. A passing game that set career-high dropbacks for Lamar Jackson because the team was decimated by injuries to start the year. So if we see that again in 2022, Bateman should be able to build upon his 515 yards and 46 receptions as a rookie to become Baltimore's second 1,000-yard receiver since 2018. Jaycee Horn. If not for breaking bones in his right foot, Horn might not have even fit the premise of this video. That's because he wasn't playing like a rookie through 3 weeks. On 95 coverage snaps over that span, Horn allowed a grand total of 1 catch for 8 yards. This is insane, considering he was covering the opposing team's #1 receiver. No one came close to him statistically for any cornerback who played at least 50 snaps in coverage last season. He also added an interception, even though it came from a Jameis Winston overthrow. If Horn comes back in 2022 and plays close to how he did in those few games, we are looking at an all-pro caliber season. Trevor Lawrence. The most hyped quarterback prospect since Andrew Luck didn't have the kind of season everyone was hoping for, but year 2 should be a different story. Lawrence showed in his rookie season why he was considered to be in such rarefied air as a prospect. It just took until week 18 for him to do so, in a meaningless game for the Jaguars, but one that meant everything to the Indianapolis Colts playoff aspirations. Lawrence didn't flinch, throwing for 223 yards and 2 touchdowns to eliminate their division rivals from playoff contention. Also, the firing of Urban Meyer and replacing him with Doug Peterson should pay dividends immediately. The Super Bowl winning head coach will allow Lawrence to give defenses a variety of new looks moving forward, which should provide some much needed excitement for the Jaguars offense. Jeudy. The Broncos wideout has been on the cusp of a breakout his entire career. Whether it was the quarterback play in Denver or the litany of injuries, we still haven't seen him make the impact we saw at Alabama. He hauled a career best 52 passes for 856 yards and 3 touchdowns in his rookie year. However, he had to work through some drop issues throughout the season, which may still be lingering concerns. Still, the addition of Russell Wilson and a healthy Courtland Sutton should make this Broncos passing attack resemble what Wilson had in Seattle. With Jeudy playing the Tyler Lockett role, a shifty, route-running, focused wideout has always been Russell Wilson's favorite target, from Doug Baldwin to Tyler Lockett and now Jeudy. Tony Pollard. Throughout all of last season, Dallas Cowboy fans were clamoring to see Pollard on the field more. The running back excelled almost every time the football was in his hands. There's only one problem for Dallas. They still have Ezekiel Elliott, and they can't just get rid of him due to the massive cap issues it would create. So the Cowboys will have to find innovative ways to get the ball in Pollard's hands as much as possible. Dallas has been hinting at the idea this offseason that they might start using Pollard, who was a wideout at Memphis, in the slot to get him more involved. This could be a great idea considering their receiving core has been decimated with injuries. Michael Gallup is still recovering from an ACL tear and won't be back until around the middle of the season, leaving CeeDee Lamb and Dalton Schultz as established weapons for Dak. Who knows? Maybe we see Pollard leap into a Deebo Samuel, Alvin Kamara type of role in the offense. Kwity Paye. To understand why Paye was included on this list, let's start with an excerpt from his profile in the 2021 NFL Draft. His pass rushing toolbox is still fairly barren, but even so, we've seen it improve by leaps and bounds over the past 2 seasons. If that progression continues, look out. Paye was pretty much regarded as a project by every draft analyst. He is the kind of player who is not supposed to make an early impact in the NFL until he gains pass rushing experience at that level. Well, that project just happened to lead all rookie edge defenders with a 71.3 pass rushing grade, and he did it all while playing 3/4 of his snaps lined up over left tackles. Given the talent disparity between the left and right tackles, the more difficult side to rush the passer from in the NFL. With his size and skill, it seems like only a matter of time before Paye is in the Pro Bowl conversation. Tua Tagovailoa. The Dolphins quarterback has been unbelievably heckled since coming into the league a few years ago. We've seen rumors that the Dolphins didn't believe in him and wanted Deshaun Watson this offseason. We've also also seen his offensive line play horribly, along with injuries repeatedly taking away some of his top weapons. Finally, the coaching staff kept going through the turmoil of their own. Brian Flores was just seemingly fired for no reason, and he chose to take down the owner and the general manager with accusations of his own. Overall, a lot has gone on in Miami, which hasn't given Tua the necessary things to succeed. They've changed that this year. The addition of Tyreek Hill is magnificent, but that's just the start. They also chose to sign Teron Armstead and Connor Williams to bolster this struggling offensive line. Then, they wrapped up the eventful free agency period by finally getting him some help in the back end by signing Chase Edmonds and Raheem Mostert. Oh, and Cedric Wilson was brought into the fold as well. Now take all of that and throw on the fact that their head coach is listed as an offensive guru type of guy, and this is going to be a make or break year for Tua. Christian Barmore. Defensive tackle is right near the bottom of the list among positions where you can expect a rookie to hit the ground running. The physical learning curve from manhandling teenagers to doing the same against grown men is massive. Even the most incredible defensive tackle in modern football history, Aaron Donald, managed a meager 44 pressures as a rookie. He has averaged double that in his 7 seasons since. So when a second rounder like Barmore racks up 48 pressures for the Patriots as a rookie, the football world should take note. Even scarier, we already saw him look like a different player in the second half of last season. He went from a 63.5 pass rushing grade in his first 8 weeks to an 82.6 pass rushing grade across the final 9. The latter figure was good enough for the 5th best among defensive tackles over that span. If Barmore improves, he will be a problem that offenses have to game plan around weekly. Gabriel Davis. Many people haven't been putting Davis in this breakout category because they consider him to have already broken out. However, I think we have just scratched the surface of what he will do in this Buffalo offense. Yes, he had a 4-touchdown game against the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, but the first 2 years of his career were just a prelude. With some flashes of greatness under his belt, he can get many more plays drawn up for him in the offense. I wouldn't be surprised to see him emerge as the standout number 2 option in the offense. He can't overtake that top spot because Stephon Diggs is here. Still, every good championship team needs another reliable guy in the offense to make some noise. For the Bills, that's exactly what Davis will be able to do, and he will be giving opposing defensive coordinators nightmares. Trey Lance. This one is as much about the circumstance as what Lance puts on tape as a rookie. On 86 dropbacks as a rookie, he was fine. His 61.1 passing grade ranked him second behind Mac Jones in the rookie class, but that's not a lot given how the rest of the course fared. It was a solid passing grade for a player who was the youngest quarterback in his draft class, played FCS competition at North Dakota State, and saw only 1 game of live action in 2020. You won't find a second-year quarterback with a better situation around him heading into 2022, though. Lance plays behind a top 10 offensive line and throws to arguably a top 5 receiving core this season. He gets to do it all with Kyle Shanahan calling plays. It might never happen if Lance can't succeed with all that around him.